give me something else. Go ahead and give me another good thing that Trump you think has done.
Prior to President Trump coming into office, our nation joined the Paris Climate Accords. And that was an attempt to limit carbon emissions across the globe. But what it would have done if fully implemented in the United States, it would have forced us into an energy program similar to what Germany has endured. And a lot of times we only hear the highlights, the pluses of what Europe has tried to do with renewable energy, but people fail to understand that energy costs in much of Europe, including Germany, are far higher, not just 10, 20% higher, but if you go to places like Germany, you're going to be paying 2 or 3 times higher electricity bills. And that's not just a harm to consumers. It doesn't just mean that your air conditioning or your heat in the winter is going to be more expensive. Electricity is very important to the manufacturing center, to the economy in general. Industrial use of energy, that's a big component. That's a big cost driver in our economy. So when you increase the costs of that energy production, even if your intentions are good, the fact is you hamper economic growth and you hamper the economic well-being of all income classes. If you look at disposable income, for instance, in Germany, I'm picking on them because they have had this big green energy push over the last few decades. Disposable income in Germany is about $10,000 plus, $10,000 less per family on average than it is in the United States. And a big cost driver of that are the far higher electricity costs. So that's another big accomplishment by the Trump administration is pulling us out of this Paris Accords and allowing the energy renaissance to continue.
Forgot about that one. What was it in particular about the Paris Accord that would have made us bound to that? Or was it more of just an ideological direction?
Well, it was ideological underpinnings, but there would have been real world consequences. It would have made us limit our carbon emissions even further than we already have. And to do that, that would have required either government mandates, or it would have been, or it could have been done through something like a carbon tax, which would have been less transparent, but would have accomplished the same goal, which would be moving us into a direction of lower emissions. And now, what politicians fail to do when they're touting these plans, they usually highlight the visible jobs that are going to be created by directing dollars towards the green energy industry, or they'll highlight that, but they're not going to tell you what the net economic loss is going to be. Because for every job that's created in the government subsidized sector, there's going to be a number of jobs lost in other parts of the economy, and that's in addition to the higher costs that we're going to pay on everything from our vacation flights to our vehicles to our heating and air conditioning.
Amazing.
And our food,
that's true. And as someone who lives in California, we can tell you the energy policy here in California is a fraction of what they have in Europe, and it would have been nationwide, as you said, without this Paris thing, where we don't even have electricity. They turn it off most of the time, and it's by far the most expensive in the country as it is.
Wow, that was deep and insightful. I want more of that. Like,
subscribe, get more.